everyone, it's Vanessa and welcome back to my channel. Today I feel like I'm starting my year in review videos. For this one I wanted to start talking about some of the authors that are new to me this year that I have really enjoyed and have told myself I need to read more by them in 2017. I also saw that this is basically the monthly recommendation video from the monthly recommendations Goodreads group. The first author that I would like to talk about is Brashares. She is very well known for the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants series. This year I read 3 of these books. It was my first time ever reading them and my first time ever reading Brashares. I really just appreciate the way that she writes her characters and the way that she paces her stories and sets up scenes and divides scenes. I think she is very good at conveying deep, realistic emotion, especially from teenagers, without making them seem at all stereotypical or cliched in any way. I definitely need to finish up the series and then read some of her other work. The next author that I would like to talk about is Haruki Murakami. I read one tiny book by Murakami this year. It was The Strange Library, and after reading it I was like, okay, I need to read longer work by him now. I would describe his writing style as kooky and kind of surreal, but at the same time so magical and engaging. I don't really know what I'm going to be reading by him next, so if you have read any Murakami and have recommendations as to where I should go next when I'm trying to get to his longer works, please leave some recommendations down below. The next author I'll talk about is Lemony Snicket. I started a series of unfortunate events for the first time this year, and I really think that the writing style in this series has been one of the funniest and most enjoyable writing styles I've read all year. The darkness and total absurdity from this narrator is what keeps me entertained and keeps me going back to the series. Apart from that, it has a very repetitive nature in what the story is about, but what I'm there for is definitely the narrator and the writing style. The next author I put on here is Sherman Alexie. I read The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian for the first time this year. From the way he writes his main character Junior to the way he deals with all of these very serious topics with humor still, it kind of had this whole motto of everything is shitty around me, but I'm going to continue going through the world and I'm going to continue trying to do my best. The way that he writes, it's very approachable and it seems like the main character is just talking to us. So I definitely need to read more by Sherman Alexie, and this includes his short stories and poetry that I know he's also well known for. The next author I want to talk about is Octavia Butler. I read Octavia Butler's book Kindred for the first time this year, and it was the first time I ever read Butler. It was an amazing read and I cannot recommend Kindred enough. Octavia Butler is very well known for her science fiction writing, and Kindred does qualify as science fiction. I'm not someone that really reads science fiction at all. The reason why I enjoyed this book so much, I think, is because of the way Octavia Butler writes. She portrayed a black woman who's time traveling to the antebellum South, and the whole point of the book is not about the mechanics of going back and forth. It is more about the characters. Her writing style is very suspenseful, and you start to really feel for these characters and everything that they're going through. It's just such a gripping read, one that really had me tense and on the edge of my seat as I was reading it. I already know that I'm going to be reading more Octavia Butler. I think I know which one I'm going to read next, but we'll see in 2017 which one I end up picking up. And last but not least, I wanted to talk about Sarah Waters. I am currently reading Fingersmith by Sarah Waters. I'm not even halfway through yet, but I already know that this is going to be probably one of my favorite reads of the year. Waters is just superb at writing complex and unreliable characters that have really kept me guessing throughout the entire story so far. Waters really teases you information. She doesn't tell you the whole story, and that makes it very unpredictable. I feel really uneasy reading it sometimes, and I definitely don't know where the twists are gonna take me, and that's exactly what makes me certain that I'm going to be reading more Sarah Waters in the new year. So those are some of the new to me authors that I've read in 2016 that I've really enjoyed. You can expect on my channel more year in review sort of videos. I have lots planned. Hope you've been reading some great stuff. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.